This video is going to be all about making your own idols so that most of the casuals complaining about how they can't find good idols, how the decent idols on trade are for multiple divines, and you can't make those divines without farming a good currency strat, but you can't farm a good currency strat without good idols, and then you're just stuck in between with no atlas tree, no idols, no currency, and you just don't know what to do. So you're not special and you're not different. Everyone started off with an empty idle tab, right? We all had garbage idols and we had to start somewhere, somehow. And the best way to get your own idols is to actually use the Recombinator system. So this is way more simple than people think it is. People think the recombination thing is something for the uber elite people to do, and the casual players can never compete. Making items like these is going to be impossible for like the lower tier players. It is not. Recombinating is probably the easiest way to craft something because it's literally a child smashing two things together and hoping the new thing is better than the two old things. There's literally Unga Boonga Smash and seeing what item pops out in the end. So here I have some magic idols with pack size while affected by fortune favors the brave, explicit modifier effect, and wild rogue exiles. Getting a combination of all of these mods on the same item makes the item very, very expensive. It's one of the most expensive items currently on trade. The max rolls of these go for almost a mirror. So I'm not going to spend that much. So the magic idols that I've bought, I bought these for like 2 divs, 3 divs, somewhere around the 1 to 4 div range for each of them. Now, for some of you, that can be a little bit more expensive, but I did go for the higher rolls on these. You can get low rolled ones and farm with those for a bit until you can make enough currency to farm the higher ones, or make a cheaper idol strat. This is the most expensive one, but do keep in mind you need rarer modifiers are more likely to be retained. The rest of the stuff doesn't matter. You just need that, and that comes at the highest tier of recombination. So just upgrade your town until you get that. That's it. And now the way you want to recombinate is you want 2 items. Ideally, you want 1 item with 2 mods that you want on the final item, and the other one to just have 1 mod, right? And you can just check which mods are more expensive on trade, which are cheaper to get a combination of, and just pick those and buy those, and then get a decent amount of them before you sit down and have your recombination session. And besides that, you just need gold and need dust. I don't think you need me to tell you how to farm dust or gold. So that's mostly it. You can't really craft anything on these. Like in usual recombination for items, you craft exclusive modifiers to block mods. I'm not gonna confuse anyone with any of that. You can't do any of that here. Just try to get a magic item with the mods you want and just clench your butt cheeks, make sure the items are what you want, and then go ahead and click on the recombination button and hope to hit what you wanted to hit. So here I got the explicit modifier effects from one idol and the pack size effect of the other idol, and I didn't get the wild rogue exile chance. Now, that's still completely fine. Even this idle alone with pack size and explicit modifier effect is like 35 to 40 div. So I already made triple the currency that I spent buying these magic idols. They're already back. That's done, right? So that's no longer a problem. Now to get a better one, this is going to be the harder recombination. So now I have one mod that I want, which is quantity of items, and the other one is pack size. And when I try to smash them together, I got I got pack size, I got quant, but I didn't get the explicit modifier effect. So this is still going to be a way cheaper idol because it doesn't have the explicit modifier effect. But the point of me showing you this was that it is surprisingly easy to get the mods that you want on idols just by your combination, right? You don't need to go ahead and buy these. You can just recombinate a few times and trust me, no matter how many times you fail, it is close to impossible to completely miss. So here what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to make the best idle possible, which is going to be pack size, quant, and explicit modifier effect on the same one. But I only have one mod each on each of these idols. Now this has a way higher chance of failing because if you get a bad mod from one idol and a bad mod from the other idol, then you just have a bricked idol that you literally can't even use, and no one can use. So it just goes straight to the graveyard. So here, explicit modifier effect, and quant while for effective force favors the brave. I want to hit both, right? So there's nothing I can do to this. Same thing as I did before. I just make sure that the mods are what I want, and I click the recombinate button, and I hope for the best. So here, when you see another magic item pop out, that probably means some things missed. And here, everything missed. I didn't get either of the good mods that I want. This is a complete brick, and this can happen. Don't let this discourage you. This can happen on your first try, on your fifth try. You don't know, right? But do not get discouraged. If you miss once, just try again, and trust me, you will eventually hit it before you start going into the negatives. So don't worry, it'll be fine. Trust me. And I'm going to show you some footage of me making other really expensive idols for the like the most expensive farming strat currently, which is the Rogue Exile farming strat. I'm gonna put up some footage here of me farming some other idols, recombining other idols, so you can see that it is very possible to make them without going broke. Yo, we hit everything. Modifier effect, quant, and pack size. Let's go. All right, map quality, explicit mod. Come on, yes. Okay. Oh, yo, got it again. Come on. Yo, I had everything. Okay, so now I wanted to sort of show if you can't find magic idols for recombinating, because that is very likely. Magic idols are very short in stock because everyone's buying them. The high-end players are buying them. I'm buying them, but buying the rare idols is a cheaper and way more accessible because there's just so many of them. Right, so here I have only a few magic ones, and the rest of my idols are actually rare. This is for the 3% explicit modifier effect. So you can actually smash together a rare and a magic idol, but the disadvantage there is that if you miss, you can get a bunch of garbage mods and the chance to miss is way higher. Here, I just landed it because I'm just that good. So that's the same way that I made all of my other idols, and that's the same way you guys will be making your idols as well. So keep that in mind. If you can't find magic ones, just go for rare ones, and you should be completely fine. And if you need more magic ones, just make sure that your item filter isn't hiding magic idols. All right, that is it, and that is all. And if the idol market breaks because everyone's trying to recombinate, that is not my fault. Bye-bye.